Yandere Dev was recently put at the top of the naughty list when it was revealed that he likes his women, much like his game, very underdeveloped. Yes, I know I used that joke already. Let me recycle it once. Come on, man. Don't be such a harsh critic. But here's the most criminal examples of this guy, well, being a criminal. He wishes one of these people on his Discord a happy 12th birthday, which first off, talking to a 12-year-old is insanely weird in the first place when you're 30-something, and they say, "Thank you. That's a big age for a young woman. Has your period started yet?" Oh my god, that's disgusting. Dear God, dude. And obviously they respond with, "I don't know if I feel comfortable answering that." And he says, "It's fine. I'll keep it a secret." But this guy is a big fan of secrets because there's another example here of him texting with another underage person. Could be the same one, probably a different one. But they say they'll send them tomorrow. They're at school right now. And he says that's fine. He's looking forward to it. And they say, "What do you want in the video, though? I've never taken a nude before, haha." So he's trying to solicit nudes from a minor. Like I said, this guy's disgusting. What do you expect? And he said, "I don't mind. Anything's fine." And they say, "Sorry for the late response, but one more thing. Because I'm underage, what if I get in trouble? Sending that stuff is illegal if you're under 18. And then he says, "It's only illegal if you report it. And I trust you won't." So this guy loves having secrets with underage girls. And now, just in case you don't know who Yandere Dev is, I talked about it in my previous video, but just in case you don't want to go back and watch that, I'll do a little Dragon Ball Z last episode summary. Yandere Dev, also known as Alex Mahan, that's his government name. That's the pedophile's real name. Pedophile, by the way, just want to make sure you know that. Drive that fact home for you. He is a pedophile. He should be convicted. He needs some criminal charges. But they call him Yandere Dev because he has been developing, it's never going to be finished, a game called Yandere Simulator for about 14 years now. And it's not showing any signs of ever being finished. It's like some stealth simulation kind of game where it takes place in a high school, which is already very weird, based around anime girls that are underage. There's like panties involved, I believe, and Yandere, or Yandere, if you want to get like real Japanesey with it, it just basically means someone who's love-strucken, someone who's very obsessed with love to the point where they'll do anything to be with the person they're in love with, and that is the rough premise of the game. But like I said, it's been in development hell. It's never going to escape. I don't think he ever planned on ever finishing the game, but now, with all this recent stuff coming out that he is a pedophile, people are backing out of the project, and everyone is starting to hate him now and no longer support him. Rightfully so. And it's not like this dude all of a sudden just was revealed to be a terrible person. There's a long track record, a long history of him just being terrible with stuff like Patreon scams, getting mad at people criticizing him, death threats, that whole cum chalice thing, and then of course now grooming minors. But the breadcrumbs were all there. The clues were always there that he was a terrible person. First off, the whole Yandere simulator, that's a very big sign that this dude was probably into underage girls, and we were just too blind to see it. But naturally, when all this stuff came out, he had to post an apology. He had to post an "I'm sorry," which he did on the Yandere simulator. Almost threw up thinking about how disgusting this guy was. He posted on his Yandere Simulator website a blog post that says, "I'm sorry," where he just goes through, takes accountability for everything, and just mentions the whole situation about the messages and whatnot, and says he messed up, he understands. But then he quickly realized that taking accountability doesn't erase the horrible things you've done. You're still a shitty person. You've still done deplorable things. Taking accountability, sure, it's the right thing to do, but it doesn't undo the terrible things you've done. So after he realized that taking accountability isn't the cheat code to make everybody forgive him, he then posted another blog post today, or yesterday, on October 1st, called "Moving Forward." And he starts this post off by saying, "I've been exhibiting horribly self-destructive behavior on a regular basis for a long time now." So he's exhibiting some self-reflection to start off this post. As a result of the many conversations I've had over the past few days, I think I can pinpoint the cause. My downward spiral is the result of consistently making incredibly unwise lifestyle choices that have caused my mental health to deteriorate massively over time. So he still hasn't addressed the current situation at hand, the one he should be addressing, him sexting with minors. That's probably what he should do at first, address and talk about the current hubbub but I guess he's going to give us a whole backstory and lore real quick. It didn't hit me until recently just how bad things had gotten. Haven't left my house since July 2019, no real life acquaintances, 16 plus hours on the computer every day, no vacations in half a decade, prioritizing work above my physical health. It shouldn't be any surprise whatsoever that when you allow both your body and mind to completely waste away, you dissolve into a mistake machine. Yeah, a mistake machine. I would say more like I don't know, a criminal machine. That's not a mistake. What you did, obviously it was a mistake, but it's not a mistake. You know what I'm saying? What you did was a crime. A mistake is like accidentally giving someone ketchup when they ordered honey mustard. Sexting with minors is not a mistake. That's a fuck up. That's on a different level, and it's actually illegal. A person that is capable of nothing but bad decisions who exists solely to cause problems for others. Well, at least he's right about that. Yeah, that pretty much sums up Alex Mahan right there. Since the last blog post, a lot of people have reached out to me to share the same advice. See a therapist. That's some decent advice. Get hobbies that don't involve a computer screen or TV. Another good piece of advice that would keep him away from texting minors. Step away from game development for a few months. All of it can be summarized as start making healthy life choices that will turn you into more of a normal human being. Good advice. And I honestly can't argue with that, because there's no argument to be had. That's just facts. Those are all facts right there. This might sound like a really random time to launch into an anecdote, but I'd like to mention something really quick. Yeah, it is a really strange time. You should be addressing you being a pedophile. That's what you should be addressing if you're going to make a moving forward post. But I guess let's just go ahead and see what this anecdote is. Recently, somebody messaged me to tell me something a few years ago when his girlfriend was on the verge of suicide. She sent me a fan mail. I responded to her to thank her for the kind words. Apparently, this cheered her up so much that she stopped thinking about killing herself. She's still alive today. He just wanted to tell me. Thank you for saving my girlfriend's life. What? Are you trying to make me feel pity for you? Is this like that Sarah McLachlan In the Arms of the Angels sad puppies and kittens commercial? Are you trying to guilt trip me into sending money to these animals? Like, are you trying to make me feel bad for you? Trying to make me feel like, oh, he's a good guy. He responded to a fan mail of someone who was suicidal? How could I ever be mad at him for sexting with minors now? He's a superhero. He should be praised and paraded through the streets. Not locked up in Davy Jones's locker for being a pedophile. Whoa-wee. It's so stupid, dude. Why are you talking about that? I keep thinking about that story. And other stories like it. Times when someone reached out to let me know that I cured their depression or saved their life. Those stories make me feel like I have the potential to affect the world in a positive way. And then you sexted with minors. But that's only if I stop making such dumb decisions all the time. And what dumb decisions would that be? You want to maybe talk about those dumb decisions? Or you just want to keep skipping past that? And I can only stop making dumb decisions if I get healthy. Not particularly the case, no. There's some unhealthy people that don't sext with children, so you're wrong there. And the only way to get healthy is to start making healthier life choices. Well, yeah, that's like calling the sky blue. It's like calling shit stinky. The only way to get healthy is to start making healthier life choices. Wish I would have thought of that. If I want to do more good than harm to the world, I have to get my head straight. This might involve spending less time on the PC, less time on the internet, and less time developing the game. Yeah, I agree. I mean, the game, it's not going to get finished now, especially with all this stuff going on, all the people backing out. It's never going to see the light of day. It'll never have a launch date, ever. You can mark my words on that. I will bet my left testicle that this game never gets released, at least in the form that he was originally going to release it and develop it in. But yeah, those are also good ideas. Less time on the PC, less time on the internet. If you would have done that initially, this whole, situation would have never happened. I really enjoy working on Yandere Simulator. If I didn't, then I wouldn't be willing to continuously do it for 9 years. The thought of taking time away from it makes me feel incredibly sad. But neglecting absolutely every aspect of my mental health and physical health has caused me to devolve into a danger to myself and others. That's true. And that's not something I want to be. I don't want to step away from development, but perhaps I should at least long enough to decide the best way to proceed from here. So that sentence right there is basically saying, hey, don't expect this game to ever get updated ever again. That's how I'm reading that. The project doesn't need to outright die, but it definitely should have paused until I've made significant progress toward evolving into a much healthier person. You say that, but this sounds like the death of Yandere Simulator, which is probably a good thing, because anyone who's going to play that game in the first place, I feel like is probably similar to Alex in the fact that they are into underage girls and that kind of stuff. Probably best to just not play the game in general. Just those kind of games are strange in the first place. Then he says, over the years, Yandere Simulator and myself have been through countless controversies. You can say that again. In my previous video, I showed you a whole iceberg somebody made of his controversies. That's how many controversies he's been in, is there's a whole iceberg chart made of them. And he says, I'm sorry for not properly addressing most of those controversies. You're not even addressing this controversy right now. And for responding to some of those controversies in ways that only made things worse. There are still a lot of things I want to address in a proper manner one day, but now is not the time. One day. And then he says he'd like to thank everyone who worked on it and the YouTubers who helped make Yandere Simulator into what it is today. Even if they don't continue the journey together, he'll remain thankful. He's received a lot of messages since the last blog post. Many of them were harsh, rightfully so, very rightfully so. But there were also a lot of messages equivalent to, I want to see you improve your mental health and finish your game. I've been following the project for the past 8+ years. I think I said 14 years. It was 9 years, I'm sorry. And I don't want to see it end like this. Yeah, there is a lot of those messages because from what I've been seeing on the comments of my previous video, people have been telling me that how it works is that Alex has been filtering through these comments and deleting the ones that are negative and only allowing the ones that are positive to stay up. That's why if you scroll through the comments on this blog post, that everyone's wishing him the best, saying, this must be so stressful for you. I'm sorry you're going through this. What you did was a mistake and nothing more. Nothing more than a mistake? Do you understand what the word mistake? Mistake is like, oopsies, I accidentally knocked your cup of coffee over. Let me buy you a new one. What he did, sexting with minors, is not a fucking mistake. That is a criminal offense. It doesn't matter if he thought about it or thought through it or not for it to be a mistake. What he did was not some little oopsie. It's on a whole nother level. It is so many tiers above a mistake that it's just insulting to say it's a mistake. It's just so stupid to say that. Further prove my point that only good comments are being allowed to stay up. People just made it a big deal because they don't know what to complain about anymore, other than the development of the game. He sexted with children. Ask a 12-year-old about her period. You've seen the messages. I read them to you like a bedtime story. I put the words into your head, and you're still saying shit like this. Like, are you stupid? Are you dumb? You're probably a pedophile. I'm not going to say that. I wish you so well on your self-improvement journey. Take all the time you need. Yandere Simulator wouldn't be what it is without you, YandereDev. You have inspired so many people by this one game, and I and so many others will be waiting. We love you, YandereDev. Now, I don't like throwing accusations out there willy-nilly, but someone who is trying to downplay a child predator definitely has some bones in his closet. He has some skeletons in his closet for sure. But just look through here. You can pause it if you want. I'm not going to read all these, but look. Scrolling through. None of these are negative. They're all people saying, I wish you the best. I hope it all goes well. I wish you the best. You deserve the world. My heart goes out to you. Take all the time you need. Take your time. I love you no matter what. Like, it was a mistake. He was not appropriate with the minor. He just happened to say not so good things in her presence. Excuse me? God damn, dude. Some people just really grind my gears, you know, make me feel like Peter Griffin. What grinds my gears are people that are so delusionally stupid like this. Because it's obvious he was taking his position of power, that being, you know, he was the person that they were fans of, and he was using that power dynamic to exploit and take advantage of these children, which makes it even... So it makes it so much more disgusting. All this post has conveyed to me so far is that he really isn't that sorry, and that he honestly is trying to make this more so about himself than it is about the victims. This situation should be about making sure the victims are okay, making sure they're fine, making sure if they need help, they get the help they need, and that Alex faces consequences for the actions he did to the victims. But this post is making it seem like it's all about him. Like the world revolves around Alex Mahan, Yandere Dev. Like, yeah, mental health is a serious thing. Everyone needs to make sure they're good up in their noggin. Make sure they do what they need to do to be good and functional. But I don't care, and I'm sure everyone else doesn't care about your mental health and what's going on in those testimony stories you told us about. We genuinely don't care. Talk about the situation that's at hand, or don't talk about it at all. I can't guarantee when will be the next time that I'll write a blog post. I'm not even sure what the next blog post will be about. Hopefully it's Alex Mahan arrested. Maybe something like that. I'm writing this from a jail cell. That'd be pretty nice. A big announcement, a bug fixing build, or something completely different. It's hard to tell what the future is going to hold, but I just wanted to let you know that I probably won't be posting as frequently as I previously was, or updating the game as frequently as I previously was either. All the steps that I need to take to become a better person involve spending less time in this chair and more time outdoors. I actually think you should like replace this part and say, involve spending less time in a chair and more time behind bars. But anyways, he finishes this off by saying, during my time away, I'll be spending a lot of time thinking about exactly how I should proceed from this point forward. I'll be considering all possible options, even the uncomfortable ones, such as reducing the scope of the game to make it into a project that would be much easier to finish with limited resources, and the absolute last resort of handing off development to someone else. For what it's worth, I apologize for everything, and I thank you for following the development of Yandere Simulator. Period. So that was pretty much the only part where he addressed what's going on. He said, for what it's worth, I apologize for everything, and the rest of this was just a bunch of useless mumbo jumbo that no one really cares about, especially me. I don't care about updates to Yandere Simulator. I care about what's going on with the victims and what's going on with you and this whole situation where you were taking advantage of children. I quite frankly don't give a flying fuck about the game and the updates to the game and the game development. I don't give a shit about any of that. What you should have done was address the situation and talk about how you're going to move forward from this situation. Because now is definitely not the time to talk about updates to the game or tell your little pity stories and then finish it off with, for what it's worth, I apologize for everything. For what it's worth, I guess I apologize for everything. But not really. Like, this is going to sound harsh, but it's the only way I can say it. No one cares about you trying to fix your mental health or what the issues were that caused you to act the way you did. You apologized about it. You said, I'm sorry. You took accountability and all that. That's good. Leave the internet. Do what you say you're going to do. Don't talk about what you're going to do. Just do it. Nobody needs to know every single step of your stupid life. Just do it. Go outside more. Stop staying on the internet. Stop posting on your blog. Go and fix yourself. Do whatever you said you're going to do. Honestly, in my opinion, I think you should be walking to the police station and turning yourself in. But hey, I'm not you. And I'm very glad I'm not. But anyways, that's the end of this video. I will catch you in the next one. And I'm not going to make any more videos about this dude. But just in case, just as like a preemptive celebration, if he does actually face some criminal charges for this, I'm going to do my little happy dance. Woo! Go for it, go for it.